Hello everybody, welcome to Coach Ali Production on YouTube. I'll be your personal trainer during this dumbbell workout series for beginners. We're going to cover around 60 different exercises that you can perform using only a pair of dumbbells. Once you've completed this 10-day workout series, you'll be ready to start any workout series of your choice, including our Limitless dumbbell workout series, which I personally guarantee is the most aesthetic, body transforming workout on all of YouTube. You should work out to every episode of the dumbbell workout series in sequential order. During each exercise, I'll advise you on the 3 most important points to consider in order for you to do the exercises correctly and effectively. Our goal is to keep you safe at all times and ensure that you're targeting the right areas of your body effectively during each and every workout. Today's workout will consist of upper body dumbbell exercises, developing and toning your back muscles, your biceps or the front of your arms if you like, and strengthen the muscles in your lower back. Please make sure that you have some clear space around you, free from trip hazards, and let's get started with today's workout. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss the next workout in this series. Alright, this exercise is a traditional bent over row. You can see what we're doing here. I'm starting with a hinge and I'm making sure that my knees are bent and that my back is nice and flat, so I'm making sure that there's no curvature in my back at all. You can see that I'm holding my hands nice and neutral and I'm pulling all the way up to my ribs. Elbows are also tucked in by my side, so where people tend to go wrong with this exercise is they let their elbows hang out. We're going to make sure that we're not doing that. Keep those elbows tight and squeeze your lats. This is an excellent lats and biceps exercise. Okay guys, these are bent over T rows. Have a look at what we're doing. We're hinging forward, making sure those knees are bent, and again, making sure your back is remaining nice and flat. You can see as I'm lifting, I'm leading with my elbows. So basically, I'm trying to hit a straight horizontal line from elbow to elbow at the top of this exercise. I'm squeezing with my rhomboids and I'm squeezing with my posterior delts, the back of my shoulders. And then releasing nice and slow, coming together and going for a couple of more repetitions. Let's do this together. Let's go a couple of more reps. That's 1 and 2. Nice. Relax. Okay guys, watching for these are rotating rows. Okay, so have a look at what I'm doing. I'm hinging forward, making sure my knees are bent, and also making sure my back is nice and flat as well. You can see as I drop down, my palms are towards me. As I come up, my palms are towards you. And then the other thing you want to make sure you watch out for is make sure your elbows are tucked in the whole time. You can have a look, my elbows are by my ribs. They're not going anywhere. Just like that. Let's get a couple of more repetitions in. Last one. Nice. Okay, these are bent over hammer flies. So have a look at what I'm doing. So again, starting hinging forward and making sure that my knees are bent and making sure I'm well supported on my thighs. Make sure your back is nice and flat as well. So this one is a very common position to hold. Now make sure that my arms are going from vertical to horizontal with a rotation only at the shoulders. Okay, so I'm not lifting with the elbows, I'm lifting with the shoulders. You've got to make sure that there's no rotation on the wrists either. So where people tend to go wrong, they twist the arms. We've got to make sure that there's no twisting motion. Just like that. Okay guys, this is a bent over front raise. Now you can see that I'm hinging forward. My knees are bent and I've got a nice flat back with this one. You can see when I'm lifting, the rotation is at my shoulders. It's not at my elbows. I'm not doing this. I'm keeping it nice and straight. Now, I'm looking at you guys, but what I should be doing is I should be looking at the floor like this. This is going to help me keep my neck aligned as well. So it's a nice neutral spine and everything is exactly where it should be. This exercise is some biceps curls. You can see I'm doing these alternately. If you prefer to do them as a double this way, that's okay as well. You're going to get twice the efficiency. Now, very important, you can see that my feet are at shoulder width and that my knees are slightly bent. There's no hips movement, you guys. Where people tend to go wrong is they use their hips for momentum. We're going to make sure that we're not doing that. You can see my hands are starting neutral beside me and they turn and face up as I hit that curl. Very important to keep your elbows nice and still. You can see my elbows are pretty much connected to my ribs the whole time. They don't swing back and forth. All right, guys, these are some biceps hammer curls. Now, you can see that I'm doing them together, but if you prefer to alternate, then that's okay as well. Now, make sure that your feet are at shoulder width, make sure your knees are slightly bent, and make sure that you're not using your hips to assist. We're gonna keep our hips nice and still. Your hands start in front of your thighs. You see a lot of people start this over here. That's gonna build up some unnecessary momentum, so we're gonna make sure that we're not doing that. The best way to do it is to start them in front of your thighs and keep those arms nice and parallel. Full range of motion. And we're making sure that we're not flicking our wrists. All right, guys, this is a concentration curl. So you can see that my elbow is inside of my thigh and it's nicely supported. The other thing you notice is there's no rotation of the wrists. Okay, so as the dumbbell's coming up, it's facing me and it's dropping back down, supported by my thigh. Now, we can use our other hand on our hip to keep it out of the way, but if you need some assistance, we can always help with the opposite hand, especially towards the end of your set when you start to get tired. You might want to give it a little bit of assistance and get through that set. All I've done here, guys, is I'm doing the concentration curls, but this time with my left arm. So what we do with the right, we've got to make sure we do with the left as well. Again, going through that simple form guide, I'm making sure that my triceps are connected into the inside of my thighs. It's not sitting on top, guys. It's connected to the inside, so I've got something to push against. And I'm making sure that I'm not turning or twisting the wrists. I want to make sure we really get into the peak of that biceps when we do this exercise. Again, as I said, on the opposite side, we can use the opposite hand to give us some assistance if we need it. If you need it to finish that set, relax. All right, everybody, we're doing some good mornings. This is a fantastic posterior exercise, really working your hamstrings, working your glutes, and also working your lower back as well. You can see the dumbbell is placed at my chest. My knees are slightly bent. My feet are parallel and they're at shoulder width. We're hinging forward with a flat back. So we want to make sure that we're not hunching during this exercise. You push your tailbone out ever so slightly. And you're going to feel it in your hamstrings when you do it. When we're coming up, when we're driving the concentric movement, we're using our glutes. Just like that. All right, guys, these are cross-legged deadlifts. So you can see I'm crossing those legs over and dropping into what looks like a Romanian deadlift with an unusual foot position. So what this is doing is it's emphasizing on the back leg. So when I'm in this low position, the entire stretch is in the glutes, but in this case, it's on my left side, it's on this side here. So make sure you hinge forward, try to keep your back as flat as you can, and make sure you keep that neck alignment. So the best place to look as you drop down is to look in front of you. Drive forward by really squeezing your glutes. Just like that. All right, we're crossing legs with the opposite leg forward this time, guys. So still going into those cross leg deadlifts, dropping down, making sure that it's a vertical drop, just like that. Make sure that you're keeping your back nice and flat when you're down here as well. And we're gonna look for that neck alignment. So whilst I tend to look at you guys while I do some of these reps, you wanna make sure that when you drop down, you're looking in front of you, just like this. You can see that I'm exhaling as I'm coming up, inhaling as I'm dropping down. And again, just really squeezing with those glutes to come up. Good one. Well done for completing today's home dumbbell workout with me, Coach Ali. I trust that you enjoyed your workout, and I hope that we get to progress to the next episode together and continue learning about dumbbell training. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let's build a beautiful new body together. If you're finished training for today, I recommend that you stretch and cool down with our physio Daphne. I've linked a playlist of her stretches to the end of this video, so be sure to take advantage of that. I'll see you on the next workout right here on this channel. Take care of yourselves and each other.